All right guys, so we're gonna do a reclining twist. And again, lots of different options here. So lie down on your back, bring your knees together, okay? Hands are out wide. And just make sure that your hips are down into the ground, your shoulders are into the ground. Now, option number one is just to rotate the knees to the right side. Okay, already I can feel this quite, I won't say aggressively, but quite heavily inside to my glutes and into my lower back. Try not to bring the hips too far over. I want to keep those shoulders down onto the ground, knees around 90 degrees. That's option number one. Option number two is just to straighten out that right leg, so the leg that's underneath, and come over. You can attach and hold if you like. Again, this is probably, well, it is more aggressive because I'm applying more pressure through the leg, but if this feels good and feels comfortable, crack on. Option number two, if I keep my knees bent and I just cross my leg over and come down. Option number two, that was option number three, wasn't it? I should feel a little bit more. Again, it's just like having an assisted stretch there. Last couple of breaths. And relax. And we'll swap sides. And do exactly the same, but now on the left side, so hands down. And then we're just coming down to our left. And if this, again, if this works for you, this feels good, stick with it, guys. You need to go, let your ego take over and oh, well, he said this was the hardest one, so I'm going to do this one. You know, so I'll tell the lads. Or the girls. Okay, this is a good one for me, but I actually really like the one where I bring my leg over and come across. I feel like stretch works for me. Last couple of breaths. Relax. Again, reset pose, whatever works for you. Okay, so next we're going to do a caterpillar, or a forward fold, or a seated forward fold. Loads of different names for this. Again, you may want to grab a block, a mat, a blanket, whatever. You know, you folded the mat in half. So you're going to sit on it if you need to. You don't always need to. And then I'm going to go up, tilt through the hips, and then just fold down. Again, no forcing it. If you want to bend your knees and pop something underneath there, blocks or whatever, again, a blanket, you can do that. You don't want to feel it too much into the knees. As you can see here, this is like the straddle, one of my weakest positions, or let's not say weakness, the biggest opportunity for growth. So this is why I'm doing this. I could just not show you this and not show you my weaknesses, but I just want you guys to know that, you know, even the people that do this for a living aren't perfect. 3 more deep breaths. Last breath, and slowly coming out of it. And again, if you want to do anything like a downward dog or any position that feels comfortable in order to reset a little bit, go for it. All right, next we're going to do a Sphinx pose. So a couple of different options here. You're going to come down onto your front, elbows into the side of your body, and then as you raise your upper body up, you may need to adjust your elbows. You want to keep them roughly underneath your shoulders. Hips down into the ground. You feel a little bit of compression in that lower back. So what we're trying to do is get a bit of compression to get some relaxation through that lower back. You'll soon understand what I mean once we release. Again, just relax, shoulders down. Rest to go, so again, breathing nice and slow. Last breath. Just slowly come down now. Again, this is probably a good reset position, the crocodile. Things like that just feels quite natural. So next is a half butterfly. Butterfly? Doesn't make sense, does it? Butterfly. So just bend your left knee and then bring the sole of that left foot into the inside of the right thigh. This is good, you're in a good position. Like I said, if you want to grab a mat and place it underneath your hips a little bit, it could help just rotate that pelvis round, and you could get into that stretch a little bit more. Main areas that we want to feel it inside the back of the leg, so straight leg, maybe even in here as well. I can certainly feel it in here because I'm quite tight there. Loads of different options. Breathe in, chest tall, long, nice, spine nice and long, and then fold forward, like so. Option number 1. Option number 2, hand goes up. You see that I'm very inflexible here. Or you can come down like so, up to you, whatever feels good. But remember, 80%. 80%. I'm just gonna rotate through. This feels good for me. Deep breaths, and then slowly coming out of that, and we'll just swap legs. I don't walk out a bit too loud. So again, if you want to shake it off a little bit, you can do that, no dramas whatsoever. So left leg straight now, right foot comes in the sole of the foot into the inside of the left thigh. Now, again, if you want to put your hands back, if you feel like that opens up your chest more, like for example, I'm quite rounded up here, so this feels actually quite good. I can feel like I'm getting into my chest a little bit, but then breathe in, and then fold. can also get a pillow to rest your head, whatever works. You might find throughout the stretches that a certain stretch works better for you in a certain position, and that's okay. There's not one size fits all. Everybody's different. So I might have to have my toe pointed, for example, or flexed, like so, to get into different areas of the back of the leg. If I'm telling you to flex your toes towards me, then you should feel it in the hamstring or the calf, and you do that and you're feeling it in the quad. So the front here, you're probably going to look at moving position slightly. About 4 more deep breaths, just try and relax. And last deep breath. And as you breathe out, relax. And again, if you want to lie down for 5 seconds, 10 seconds before we go into the next stretch, you can just relax and breathe.